Hi everybody, welcome to Muscoot Farm. My name is Jonathan Benjamin, and today we're going to be reading I Don't Want to Be a Frog, written by Devorah Petty, illustrated by Mike Bolt. Please stick around after the video as we walk out to our vernal pools here at Muscoot Farm to check and see if we can find any of our frogs. I want to be a cat. You can't be a cat. Why not? Because you're a frog. I don't like being a frog. It's too wet. Well, you can't be a cat. I want to be a rabbit. You can't be a rabbit. Why not? Look, I can hop. Sure, but where are your long ears? Besides, what's wrong with being a frog? I don't like being a frog. It's too slimy. That may be, but you can't be a rabbit. I want to be a pig. You can't be a pig. Why not? Most of all, because you're a frog, but also because you don't have a curly tail or eat garbage. I can eat garbage. Everyone says that until they eat garbage. Sorry, you can't be a pig. I want to be an owl. Of course you want to be an owl. Being an owl is the greatest thing ever. Boy, would you love being an owl. So, can I be an owl then? No, of course not. Why not? Well, you don't have wings, you don't look wise, you can't turn your head all the way around, and you are a frog. What's wrong with being a frog anyway? Too much bug eating. I see, but still no being an owl for you. Why so glum? I don't want to be a frog. What do you want to be then? Not a frog. I want to be a cat, or a rabbit, or a pig, or an owl. Something cute and warm. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I love eating cats. I love eating rabbits, and pigs, and owls too. And I'm pretty hungry. I might just go gobble some up right now. That's terrible! It's who I am. But guess the one thing I never eat. Badgers? No, I eat badgers. Lots of badgers. Frogs? Bingo. Why don't you eat frogs? Because they're too wet and slimy and full of bugs. Oh, so it's good to be a frog. Yep. I guess you can't fight nature. We are what we are. You are a fierce hunter. And you are a wet, slimy, bug-eating, very lucky frog. You should just be happy you're not a fly. What's wrong with being a fly? And that was I Don't Want to Be a Frog. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and let's go on out to our vernal pools. So we were talking about vernal pools, and as we went out to sea and look for frogs, I thought it would be cool to talk a little bit about vernal pools and why they are so important. So vernal, as we've mentioned before, means spring, and so these pools are typically in the woods in an area that's kind of shallow, that are surrounded by hills. So when the snow starts to melt and the spring rains come, they fill up those pools with water, and there's usually no inlet or outlet, so it's not like a pond or a lake or anything like that. The pool, the water just kind of sits there, and because it dries up, it usually means that there's no fish in there, which is a good place for habitat, like animals that, like frogs and salamanders and things that would normally get eaten by fish. So when we go up there and we look at the vernal pools, we're looking for frogs and salamanders. And at this time of year, whenever it's starting to warm up and we're getting rainy nights and it's staying above freezing, the frogs are actually starting to come out of the woods, and they're traveling sometimes up to a half a mile to find these pools. And once they find these pools, they're looking for their mates. And the salamanders as well, they go in, and it's really, really, no pun intended, but it's a hoppin place right now. Like, all the frogs are coming there. And if you are anywhere near a vernal pool or an area like a small wetland, you'll probably hear them outside. And that noise that you're hearing, there's typically two kinds of frogs that you're probably hearing this time of year. Those are the spring peepers and the wood frogs. And they're making lots of noise, and they're trying to draw in potential mates. So it's very important that these sort of wetlands stay protected, because we know a lot about frogs, we know a lot about salamanders. They eat lots of bugs, and that helps us keep our bug population in check. So without these sort of pools around, it can really be a detriment to our wetlands, our parks, our quality of life. So it's really important that these vernal pools stick around. And so if you know of any on your public or private lands, you try to do what you can to protect them. So it's really incredible and amazing to see what frogs are doing right now. And I would highly suggest, if you know of a pool nearby, that you go out and take a look. Thank you so much, and enjoy.